Urbanization is the growth of towns and cities. The population of Texas grew in urban areas in the early 1900s. This increased the size of major cities and the number of major cities in Texas. Factories began using oil instead of coal to run their machines, and railroad companies began using oil to fuel their trains. Oil and gas became a major industry in Texas. This was a time of new products being made and a lot of economic growth in the state of Texas. World War I ended in 1918, and the 1920s were roaring with business. People felt good about things, and industries were at a peak. Then, in 1929, we enter a time in history known as the Great Depression. Many banks failed, people lost their savings, homes, farms, and jobs. The Great Depression affected over half of the United States population. It affected the rich, the poor, in both urban and rural parts of the country. Please don't be confused. It was not called the Great Depression because things were great, but rather because things were so disastrous for so many people. To make matters worse, the nation also experienced a severe drought at this time. The earth became very dry and there were lots of dust storms in the Great Plains. Crops were ruined and livestock were killed. By 1934, the topsoil covering 100 million acres of land had blown away. The Great Plains area became known as the Dust Bowl. You can look at this map and see the orange circle is the area known as the Dust Bowl region. When the drought hit the Great Plains, roughly 1/3 of the farmers left their homes and headed to the mild climate of California. President Franklin D. Roosevelt was elected in 1933, and he started many relief programs to help people during the Great Depression. The relief programs gave people jobs. The CCC, Civilian Conservation Corps, employed young men in America's forests and parks. The WPA, the Works Progress Administration, employed people to build bridges, airports, schools, parks, and water lines. The PWA, the Public Works Administration, gave loans and grants to state and local governments, and they hired contractors to do work.